Welcome to Kevin's chat room. It's been about 2 months since the start of my fall semester as a third-year college student. This semester I'm taking 4 online classes and 1 in-person lab. I wish there's a protocol for how to operate this online learning situation, but based on the memes on Facebook, I think most people are just as confused as I am. After some trial and error, I have noticed a few things that help me stay on top of my classes and be relatively productive as a college student. I hope they are somewhat helpful for you to navigate this unique semester. Let me show you how I figure out my schedules, how I handle online classes, what my in-person class is like, and how I keep myself sane, spending most of my time at home. One thing I can't live without is my calendar. I personally just use the default Apple calendar. You might prefer different platforms or a physical planner. Find a way that works best for you. I prefer everything digital because it syncs across all my devices and sends me reminders no matter where I am. For me, my calendar helps me structure my days and give me a visual representation of the main tasks I'll be doing this week. There might be a few things here and there I won't put on my calendar, like hanging out with my friends, doing grocery shopping, or working out. I prefer not being a robot with every second of my days planned out for me. So here are my typical weeks. I like to color code my events so I know what they're for. I'm not trying to brag about it, but I just remembered how packed my days were during my freshman year when I tried to get involved in everything. I actually talked a little bit about the involvement culture and burning out in another video. I'm definitely taking a little slow this semester, but involvement is definitely helpful if you're new to college. I met one of my best friends in a student organization on campus. It might be a little difficult now, everything is online, but there are still plenty of opportunities. Keep an eye on your school newsletters and announcements. Facebook pages and school websites are also a good place to start. Where were we? In addition to my calendar, I'm trying a new software called Notion that helps me organize my assignments, exams, as well as my notes. Speaking of notes, let's talk about note-taking. I assume most of our professors already post lecture notes online. So is there still a need to take notes? It depends. For me, writing or typing my notes helps me maintain information a little better. But that's not the main reason I take notes. This is what happens if I don't take notes. So yeah, it helps me focus on the lecture instead of all kinds of distractions. One thing I like about Notion is its toggle function. I came across a YouTuber called Ollie who introduced the active recall method for memorizing information. I'm trying to see if it works for me. What I would do is I write down a question or a keyword and make it into a toggle list. Then I put the answer or explanation within it. So when I review my notes, I'm encouraged to actively recall the information instead of just reading through my notes. Another thing I've been trying to perfect is file organization. For as long as I had a computer, I always wondered, why do they not teach it at school how to manage my digital life? There are so many files being generated, especially now everything is online. There are a million ways of doing it. If you're a little lost or just trying to improve your system, try to watch some YouTube videos for inspirations. No, I'm not telling you I spend my free time watching people organizing files on their computer.
That being said, organizing by category isn't the only way you can organize your files. You're going to get into certain subfolders or steps without full structure.
Alright, let me show you how I generally do it. I put most of my files in the cloud so I can access it from anywhere and not worrying about my computer breaking down. I still use my hard drive to store my larger files like YouTube projects or photos. I also back up my files to a local hard drive once in a while, but that's another story. So under my school folder, I have the folders organized by categories. Let's look at a few of them. For extracurriculars, I have it broken into active and inactive, then individual organizations. For academics, I have different versions of my academic plans, and this school year folder gets visited the most. Let's just go to my current semester, and here are the classes I'm taking. Let's go into this one. I have homework with questions and answers, practice questions, practice exams for my first exam, and lecture slides. Different classes may require a different system. Feel free to experiment it yourself and find the best way that works for you. Make sure you name your files clearly so you can take advantage of the search function when you don't want to dig through all the folders. Alright, I'm a little tired of staring at the screen. Let's go check out what my in-person class is like. This is my biomedical instrumentation lab. I had the option to take it online, but I really wanted to try the cool equipment, so I opted in for in-person. There are 7 students in this classroom. Everyone is required to wear a mask and properly social distance. There is hand sanitizer and cleaning wipes in the room. I really applaud my professor for trying her best to provide us a safe and educational environment. Well, the lab was pretty fun. I'm really enjoying this weather. I think I might just stay out here for a little bit longer. One thing I miss the most about coming to campus is group study. When I study at home by myself, I tend to get very distracted. But somehow when I study with my friends, it's kind of like we're keeping each other accountable. None of us wanted to be the one who slacks off during a study session. Also, it's just fun to hang out with your friends after you're tired of studying. I've had some very interesting and bizarre conversations at the library with my friends. The library on campus is open right now, but you can't really sit close to each other. But you can still do group study via Zoom, or if you want to have a little more fun, there are platforms like gather.town where you can walk around and your video will only turn on if you're in close proximity with another person. Also, there's a beach where you can hang out and study at. The last thing I want to talk about is self-care. This is a challenging time for us mentally and physically. For the past 2 months, I've been behind on lectures, stressed out about exams, felt unproductive, unmotivated, and tired. And I know it's okay to have these feelings, and I embrace them. But I always try to experiment different ways to improve myself. I'm the type of person who has a work mode and a rest mode. I would work really hard for a few days, then I would crash on my couch and watch YouTube nonstop. But now, with this newfound power of flexibility and the lack of enforced structure, I found it harder and harder to get out of that rest mode and get into that work mode again. I know we all want to be productive, but I think we should start by taking care of ourselves. It might take a while to find out what works for you, but I think it's generally a combination of alone time, social time, enough rest, eat well, and physical exercise. Try different things and ask for help when you need to. For me, I started to learn how to break my days into work and rest. I set aside some time to hang out with my roommates and call my families. And I started to enjoy things like cooking or working out because I can rest my brain and just let my mind wander. Simply making my bed in the morning makes me feel like I've done something productive to start my day. Oh, don't forget to stand up and walk around every hour or so. Your back and neck will thank you for that. I do miss hanging out with my friends on or off campus. And not being able to get free shirt or free food on campus is quite disappointing. But we do save a lot of time not having to commute to classes or to work. We have more flexibilities to structure our days. Try to use these to our advantage. Get some more sleep, build a habit, learn something new. Just try to use this time to live a happier and healthier life. One day, we will be able to eat at our favorite restaurant again. We will be able to gather with people who we care about again. And we will be able to see people smile when we walk past each other on the street again. For now, let's enjoy going to school or work without traffic, having a more flexible schedule, and having this opportunity to practice self-discipline. That's been it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.